Yo, what up? It is Wunknown, and I am here to teach you today how to do the Slizzer Roll. Now, if I'm being honest, this was probably the hardest or one of the hardest sounds techniques I've learned. I used to watch multiple tutorials on how to get it for years, and then one day it just clicked, and I've been beatboxing for around 6 years, so it was about a year ago when I was 5 years in. But nonetheless, I will teach you today for absolutely $0. This painstaking, endless, self-loathing journey that Wunknown had to endure, you do not have to, because, hello, I am here today to teach you. So are you ready? So to introduce the Slizzer Roll, the concept for you guys, I wanted to bring up the sucker punch just because it's extremely similar in the position that you are required to pull your airflow from. If you don't know how to sucker punch, I will go over it briefly. I might make a tutorial on it in the future, but for now, I'll just go over it really quick. So essentially, the way you perform the sucker punch is the top side of your tongue, this upper side, is slapping the roof of your mouth, like. I like to tell everyone that you could pronounce just about any sound, and the pronunciation of this sound is going to be HUD, H-U-D. So, HUD, HUD, HUD. Really, that's all it is. It's just your tongue slapping against the roof of your mouth. So, now that we've established this sound, just a bunch of slapping against the roof of our mouth, we now can utilize this crucial piece of information to help us now move on to the Slizzer Roll. Okay, so sucker punch, your tongue is in this position. So basically when you're in this position, you're going to want to pull more air from that position. So essentially, it's an oscillation when your tongue is on the roof of your mouth. So your tongue is basically like, and like slightly vibrating at one specific point in your tongue. So I know it's kind of like a terrible hand diagram, but your whole tongue is not moving. Just note that your whole tongue is not moving. It's just one specific point of airflow that's flapping in the roof of your mouth. So you might be wondering, how do you get to this flapping point in the roof of your mouth, Wunknown? Here's the great part. I don't know. It just kind of happens at this point. It's literally a spot you just search for in the roof of your mouth. So when you first perform this, you're going to want to go and just try to search for any oscillation at all, and you want to basically work from there. A little background on how long it took me to establish the sound. So about a year, 2 years ago now, I was looking at every Slizzer Roll tutorial under the book, Trung Bao, Looperman, Tyler W, you name it. I was watching it and I could not get the sound. But I spent 4 or 5 days straight in a row just trying. And finally I got some type of reaction, and before I knew it, I was. So I also want to note the airflow of how this is done, what way you should breathe in. So it's not going to be like a or like a, it's this kind of airflow, kind of similar to like a. So basically that's all I have for the Slizzer Roll as far as getting the initial sound and starting from there. If there's one tip I could give you, it would be the tip that Villain gave me when I first learned the Slizzer Roll back in 2016, right after 2016 Champs. It will sound a lot tighter if you push your jaw forward while you're performing the sound. So this really only helps once you've gotten the sound, but if you get the sound, if you push your jaw a little bit forward, it's going to make the sound a little bit more tighter. So if you just leave it as is, like you do the sound normally, That's like how the way Slizzer does it. And then if you pull your jaw forward and kind of like clench your teeth, kind of smile with it, you get this like tighter effect. And like as you just saw, you could play around with it, basically opening and closing your mouth to basically change the pitch. And also because I can't really do the click roll, like the one that Kenny does, or you know, just one that's really spaced out. I use this instead of that for other sounds. Combine this with other sounds like the zipper and the lip roll. So you have stuff like that. But yeah, guys, that's all I have today for the Slizzer Roll. So if you enjoyed this video, you know how it goes. Subscribe, comment, like, drop a comment suggesting any sounds or techniques you want me to teach next time. But that's all I got. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.